So it's 1:19 in the afternoon here. I've had a few technical difficulties in regards to getting this going, so you're probably noticing that the angle's a little bit different on this one today because I'm running this off of my iPad Mini 4. But basically, I had my mandatory lunch break at noon, and I've kind of resorted to going ahead and picking up some frozens from the stand at the Vons. I was going to go get myself a Starbucks, but I really couldn't get the Starbucks because I would have been late, and I have to clock in at 7, even though my operations manager didn't come in until almost 10. But who's looking, So yeah, right now I'm just in my office, not doing too much. If you're hearing any Spanish in the background, that's actually my coworker calling a bunch of parents with students who did extremely well in their 8th grade classes for science, because we're doing an enrichment course next week as part of our summer bridge program. So just to explain what the summer bridge is incoming 5th graders, incoming 6th graders who are coming in from 5th grade have an opportunity to get into meet a few of the teachers that are going to be there, just so that they get a few classes, get their feet wet, and understand what is expected of them, or at least get a sneak peek as to what is expected of them at the school. It's a nice program. The only problem with it, at least I see from a technological standpoint, is that many of the students will be coming in with no Google accounts assigned to them. So this actually creates a slight bit of a technological nightmare for me, and I'm having to play the psychic again, and knowing that they need generic accounts, I have to make sure that everything is up and running long before the teachers even realize there's anything wrong. Now, granted, this is pretty much the scope of my job, and my job doesn't come with an instruction manual. I'm hoping that whatever I do is going to make a difference, or at least keep the classes flowing. Otherwise, I would have had to program all of the Chromebooks as a public kiosk, and I'm already having to deal with the fact that my inventory counts are going to have to be delayed at least another week due to a training on Friday that I'm going to have to go to, which I have, it's an option for me to do, but they're bribing me with pay, so I kind of have to go. So that's what's going on right now. Now, there's a bunch of people here at school. We have construction going on the other side of the building, and eventually part of that is my new proposed office. So they're booting me out of this little corner space that I've been in, as the continued running joke of these videos, and going to be transferring me over into a space that resembles more of an office, which is kind of nice. But the other thing though is that putting me in that office is going to be making me a little bit more isolated. I mean, it kind of goes both ways. In some cases, it's a good thing because I finally get the privacy I deserve, and also an ability to save and store things as I need to, because I barely have any storage space. And then I guess it's okay to be isolated at this point. I'm finding as the days go by that it's probably better that I am isolated from life. And just focus on the computers, because that's all I'm here for. And on a bright note, it puts me right across from the teachers' lounge, my original office that I had to camp out at until they moved me here to the parent center, and then continue to violate my space for a whole semester and all that other fun stuff. So yeah, I'm hoping that that's gonna work out. Maybe, if I'm really, sneaky about it, I might be able to do a little bit of Facebook Live of the construction in progress. They're estimating that it's going to be about 5 months for this entire phase of renovation of one of the classrooms to turn into 3 spaces. The estimation is that it's going to be anywhere from about 5 weeks for this. So. Well, that would have been useful if I wasn't on my mandatory lunch break. Anyway. It's like, oh, let's do the call out for lunch. My favorite one is when office staff does call out for Starbucks and never comes back here to ask if we wanted any Starbucks. Because the closest Starbucks to here from where I am is probably about 10 blocks away, if not farther away. And as I had mentioned to somebody else, and I think I probably freaked him out when I was at Chick-fil-A yesterday, was that where I work in South LA, all I see is quesadillas and murder. It's kind of a problem. So, yeah. Yeah, does anybody want... and actually, no, I will say, I think El Pollo Loco, and I think there's a Panda Express nearby, but you have to get in your car. Like, seriously. There aren't very many food places nearby. I think there's El Pollo Loco, and then there's Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, and then I think there's a Panda. But what's the other ones? I think there's a Subway, and maybe I think there's a Little Caesars nearby too. And then like some one-off liquor store, which is actually a half decent liquor store. They have a pretty good selection of chips and cigarettes, and like this and a couple questionable donut shops. But other than that, it's the selection here is pretty bleak. You know, when you're gourmet, when what you consider as gourmet is McDonald's and Burger King, you kind of want to think about looking elsewhere. I mean, it's not like I can leave, you know, without having to clock out. I don't have the same privileges as office staff. But when I do, I usually, like, if I can, like, I jump on my motorcycle really quick. I think I try to run to that Subway, and then run back, and then like scarf my food in like 3 seconds, you know, just so that I don't break any rules. So there's that. Yeah. So not too much going on here. I think after hours, I'm hoping to be able to watch a little bit of hockey tonight. I think it's going to be too late for me to start to go fishing at the pier, although I think I need a few more days of fishing in my schedule right now because I need to life, especially when I sit here on my ass from 7 to 3:30 and do absolutely nothing.
Anybody?
I'm good, thank you. So if anyone out there is watching right now, I am looking for another position. So you know, I know there's a couple of you that might be working for other school districts, and if you need a competent tech or anyone in educational,
please reach out to me.
Yeah, no, please reach out. I need help.
This is a 911.
Yeah,
I'm a lone survivor.
I know. I feel like one of those.
I need help immediately.
I need one of those signs that says, you know, send help, you know, SOS. No, I wasn't gonna say send nudes. I was gonna be like,
signals.
I need smoke signals. You know.
I'll be waiting at 5 p.m.
I know. It's like, save me, please. Please. I mean, I can tell you what's going on right now, and it's just
19 South Main Street.
Yeah.
3:30. If anyone is out there, please meet me at the location on 98th in Maine.
Yeah. I'm 98th in Maine. Help, please. Yeah. I mean, I understand the
and water.
I have food. I have water.
I have security.
I can even share. I can even share some of my kombucha tea.
Sounds like
I have kombucha tea. Anybody want to save me? I have kombucha. Yeah.
I'm just missing the dog.
No, that's John Wick. That's him missing the dog the whole movie.
I want to see John Wick Part 2.
Oh man, I want to as well.
One.
So yeah, that's what's up right now. Me trying to kill time on a Wednesday. I have one more day to kill on Thursday, and then I have a mandatory PD that I need to go to on Friday. And then fortunately there's hockey on Friday. So the Oasis is on the corner there, but yeah, it makes it difficult. We're basically counting down the days until our principal leaves. And we're replaced by this new dude who I'm starting to correspond with this new principal in regards to technology options, which I actually found out the technology options for the incoming school year have diminished severely. We're down to either Macs or Chromebooks. There's no PC option, so the people that were able to get away with with
This is one
Surface
of the
Pros
mini games, bro.
for last school year are pretty much the last people that will be able to get Windows. So my central IT office has completely abandoned Windows. They've all gone. It's either Chrome OS or Mac or nothing else, or smoke signals, as my other people have.
Dude, they play
That's
too much,
pretty much
bro.
what's going on right now.
It's funny, but it's
So,
not funny.
So yeah, that's the current situation of things. It's like counting down the days. So they said, oh, you need to put in your vacation time. So I said, okay, fine, I'll put my vacation time in. Looking at calendar, and so looks like middle of July I'm just gonna randomly take a week off because I can. I'm not too sure on who is, where I'm going to go, but chances are good it's going to involve a motorcycle and probably a long distance.
So if you need help, I'm 86 in the building at 3:30. Please meet me at the Robbie Point at 98th and Main. I have food, I have water, I have shelter, I have weapons applied for security.
Yeah, I have a, yes, and if I, I know, it's like send help now. What? The nice part about summer is having, two sources of comic relief instead of one. Isn't that right, Jose?
Yeah.
Yep. But yes, I think I'm gonna take that vacation because really, like, what else am I gonna use this vacation time for? I'm stuck here, and all I've been able to use is my sick time. And I know that there have been, there's just so much going on. I think that I need to take advantage of these mental days. I think I know the reason why they give you so many mental days, because this place is meant to drive you mental. It's just the way it is. But yeah, no, I wasn't actually joking about the whole, looking for positions. I'm starting to feel out the waters here, after being here for a year and realizing that, you can't control the way that management decides to put things, and, having to deal with things like mandatory lunch breaks and being treated like a regular office worker when I am support staff that's not part of the office. It just makes absolutely no sense. And so, you really realize that even though you're very much needed, you've overstayed your welcome, and nobody really gives a crap about how you feel. And I know that, my expertise can be spread out to more than just one school. Being here, I only benefit about 450 kids and the teachers and staff that support them. And I know that I am very much capable of lending my services to more than just 450 children and their staff. There's a lot more I can give, and I already came into this position overqualified, but, principal decided to give me a chance, and, that's just where I am. I've spent this last year just being able to, for the most part, put my life back together and do my thing. But it is difficult when, you realize where people stand in the organization and where they see you, and where they see you is nowhere close to how you see yourself. And so, I am keeping my options open, and I am more than happy to option out for end of semester or mid-semester departure if there's anything out there. So any leads would be welcome. I'd appreciate it. We'll just go from there. So yeah, that's the biggest thing. So vacation in July, which is really weird for me to say. I normally don't take vacations, and the last few years, has been a lot of hustling and trying to figure out, life in general, and then having to deal with not just that, but obstacles that were out of my control, and certain people who just needed to be out of my life. And so there was just a lot of that going on. And I mean, not that, 2017 has actually been a lot better, as much as work has been kind of a pain in the butt. But 2017 has really been a lot more of an improved state for me. And now that I'm, in a better position, I know that I can continue to improve on that. So that's kind of the direction I'm going at the moment. So hence, Facebook Lives at lunch, just to let you know what's going on. And, that's the whole point of social media. A lot of people, I'm not one, I'll post up some pretty stupid memes. And, if any of you subscribe to my blog, twowheeledtaurus.net, It has its own Facebook page, and that's where I put all the other tasteless stuff that would probably get at least 14 people offended if I were to post it on my own page. So there's that too. But with the Facebook Lives, I know that people are looking at this stuff at different times of the day, and we all have lives. We all do our own thing. This is just one way that I found that has been kind of entertaining to just pass the time. I mean, because I'm technically talking to myself, but not really. I mean, yeah, live studio audience kind of thing going on. But at the same time, I found that input has been very useful, and suggestions and just ways of just communicating what's going on to people out there. So that is the whole point of what I do here. So yeah, that's what I have here. There's a lot of dust on the other side of the building. And I can't really go back there much, just because of construction. And then I just found out too is that they're going to begin construction in this particular room, so I'm going to get displaced again. Fortunately, I'll get some help in terms of moving all of my crap, but at the same time, it's the whole thing of this is another move in preparation for something else, because apparently everything is getting renovated, which, I will say, the renovations cost a lot of money, but then I wonder why whenever I ask for anything, nothing gets ordered. I just looked, there's a couple invoices on the office manager's desk, one of them being a replacement for the gate in the, for the staff parking lot, and that replacement gate's costing nearly $20,000 to do. I'm like, where are you getting this money from? Like, I want to know where this money's coming from. There's so much stuff that I need to, that we need technology-wise, and I can barely get a HDMI cable out of someone unless I choke them. I mean, it's been pretty bad. Hey, Jackie, thanks for the kind words. I'm trying to stay optimistic. It is a bit disheartening at times, but always nice to see you and hear from you online. I know we need to check out. We need to catch up sometime. So, person who just commented on this, Jackie, she was actually one of my original coworkers from the Los Angeles School of Global Studies. She was one of my co-teachers, one of my fellow teachers. She taught in the classroom across from me, and it was a good time. She's one of my favorite coworkers I've worked with. Also, there's a couple others. Lorraine sometimes pops on here every now and then, and there's a few from my original school that I taught at 10 years ago that I'm still friends on Facebook with, and we just kind of chase each other over the years and see what we can do. Hopefully things are okay. That's better. Yeah, there's some issues with the wireless in here, but anyway, as I was saying, hope things are fine. We're just gonna do the best we can here, and just gonna see where this goes. So anyway, that's my quick check-in for today. If anyone has any questions or anything that be open for discussion, there will be one on Thursday. I'm not sure what. Yeah, and the wireless is starting to go, so I'm gonna check out. This will be on archive in a bit, and like I said, keep in touch. Any questions, I'll definitely answer them on the next broadcast, or private message me. Whatever works for you. But until then, I will talk.